damn it, Meemaw, put some clothes on. Oh, shit. Hey, check my hair. It's a fucking mess. Yeah, what's up, y'all? It should be Memorial Day for y'all. Nice little American holiday. 3-day weekend. You know what I'm talking about. Of course, I do a lot of farming, so it's not exactly a holiday, but it is. I don't have to go into work. I go outside to work. Right outside that window right there. Of course, I got a lot of work done Thursday, Friday, so I can take the fucking weekend off. Yeah. Because it's a Memorial weekend. 3-day weekend. A lot of fucking cops, bitch-ass cops had this fucking write-up in the newspaper saying we got DUI checkpoints and shit like that. They're going to be, like, cracking down on, like, people. Seatbelt violations, alcohol violations. It's the DUI weekend. Still surprises me that people go out and drink on a 3-day weekend like that, knowing that there's an ever-increased police presence. And sure enough, like Saturday, there was like a fatal car wreck. Or a fatal vehicle accident. I don't know if it was a car or I don't know what. But it diverted traffic through one of my friend's streets, and he lives on this weird country road that gets no traffic. Well, yesterday he got like all the traffic. Oh, what are we listening to? There's always questions in the comments. Damn, that's an awesome album. What are you listening to? You're not watching the video. I show you in the beginning, in the first 5 minutes, you're gonna see it. In fact, the first 5 minutes is always me talking about whatever I'm listening to. This is a band from Houston, Texas. I saw this band probably more times than I can literally count. Literally more times than I remember. That's how many times I saw this band. They warmed up for some of the greats like Cannibal Corpse. So, yeah. Alex Webster came out and watched their set from backstage, but we saw Alex Webster, Cannibal, watching Crucifixion. The Houston, Texas band. I showed this on an early video a long time ago. I might have deleted those early videos. No, I did delete those early videos, but I didn't delete all of them. Some of them I kept. But anyways, that's the band right there. And I believe that is Sugar Hill Studios, where they recorded the album. Sugar Hill Studio in Houston, Texas is like a legendary studio. It's been around many, many years, recorded a lot of famous people. ZZ Top, if you know anything about ZZ Top, well, I've been in the Sugar Hill Studios and worked there for a little while. I got to hear the master tape of ZZ Top before they called themselves ZZ Top. It was like 13 Floor Elevators or some shit. No, that was a different band. But anyway, ZZ Top had like another band before they were called ZZ Top, and then they switched it when the album was released. So they changed their name when they released the album. And I actually got to listen to that master tape. Master 2-inch tape. There's a very pixelated picture for you. That's how it came. I didn't do that. That's just what we had back in the day. That stage, I don't know who was playing. I think that was Crucifixion headlining for a show or something like that. Maybe I could be wrong. But that was in the Abyss in Houston, Texas. That was a venue that had all the fucking greats played there. Gwar, X-Cops, Pantera, early Pantera. There's a lot of punk rock bands. The Damned played there. Every band, almost every band you could ever think of in rock and metal from like 89 to 96 or 7 when it closed. And before it was the Abyss, it was called like the Vatican? Y'all correct me in the audience if y'all know I'm wrong. Let's see who the OG Houston, Texas people are, if you know what the Abyss is. And if you know what the Abyss was called before it was called the Abyss. Get in the comments section and let us know. But anyway, here's all your lyrics and shit like that. Yeah, and then y'all saw that. So, Crucifixion, and the album is called Paths Less Taken. We started on track 4. I believe we're on track 5 now. These are some cool guys. You obviously talked to them several times back in the day. Crucifixion, Paths Less Taken, from Houston, Texas. They had one album previous to that. This album, Paths Less Taken. I never had Desert of Shattered Hopes or something like that. Anybody know who Crucifixion is? Houston, Texas. Comment down below if you actually knew that, saw them. Hell, if you saw Crucifixion, chances are we were at the same show. Chances are I was there. Pretty good chance, actually. We'll find out in the comments. Some of the lyrics are in Spanish. This is on YouTube. You can go listen to it. That dude was the bass player singer. That was one of your guitar players. That was your other guitar player. And that dude is your drummer. Now, we always thought this band was going to get huge and blow up and shit because they can always draw a local crowd, but didn't happen. Well, at least it didn't happen while I was there. I don't know. What are we doing today? Well, it's Memorial Day. Y'all should be chilling. Hamburgers and hot dogs and shit. Y'all motherfuckers pay attention to the news and shit like that? Like the weird news out there? There's always like UFOs. Did you ever notice that? There's like way more UFO stuff than like there was back a long time ago. There's always UFO talk and like military jets and like people like recording these things. I just find that trippy. Hey, who out there really thinks that like these UFOs might actually be like human-made craft that they just haven't told us about? See, I always think about that because I look at stuff, the UFO reports from like the 50s and 60s and then into the 70s as well. And the people get the description of the craft. And then like years later, you find out that was a military plane that they didn't tell us about. The U-2 spy plane, the stealth bomber, the SR-71, Blackbird. Like, they were all like, oh, that's what it did. And then you see like years later, you know, the artist rendition and then the actual plane. Like, so I just wonder, but some of these videos show like orbs and shit, like the Tic Tac to UFO. Any of y'all fuckers know about this shit? This shit's fucking wild. I'm not like an expert or anything like that, but it always shows up on my feeds and stuff like that, and I have to just like, wow. Cryptids. Anybody into cryptids? Like Bigfoot and shit? Giant fucking sea monsters and shit? Shit's badass. I'd like to find out all that shit was real. Like, was it man-made craft? It really was UFOs, and it was like aliens fucking with us and shit, and testing on us, like an X-Files and shit. Dude, awesome. Like, people within the government and the military are helping them, you know, giving the aliens humans in exchange for tech. And they keep the tech for themselves. They never give it to us. They just use it to prolong their lives and visit other places at other times. Shit's wild. This year's gonna be fucking awesome, y'all. Y'all hear about that fucking plane? That Malaysian flight 370, MH370 or whatever? Like, just they took off and they never saw it again, and they don't know where it went. They were like, oh, they found it in the Indian Ocean, and then they're like, oh no, we found it in the jungle. Oh no, we found it over here. There's a video you can look. I don't know if it's on YouTube. It might be, but it is definitely on Twitter. and it shows like those little 3 Tic Tac orbs like flying around the plane, and then they get real fast, and then poof, the plane like disappears. And there's people swearing up and down it's fake. There's a lot of people who came out and were like, it's fake, and here's why, and here's how. And a lot of people said, no, it's legit, and here's why, and here's how. And it was all technical stuff that you'd have to like know computer stuff and camera imaging and resolution rates and stuff like to decipher. Like they both muddy the fucking water on whether that's real or fake. Like, but as it turns out, all the people that were saying it's fake, like they don't say much anymore. Like they've been quiet. But the people saying it's real have actually gained in following and gained in credibility. So wow, teleportation, that's fucking crazy. It's like that Philadelphia experiment. Y'all guys ever like hear about that one, read about that one? It's fucking badass. Y'all should. Y'all don't know Philadelphia. I don't know why I'm getting into this today. It's a holiday. I'm having fun. Y'all having fun? Let me know if you're having fun. Coffee, cigarettes, having fun. Give me a thumbs up. Like, subscribe, say something in the comments. Oh, fuck. People are calling me an actual YouTuber now, so I need to, like, start acting like one. People were complaining about my resolution rate on the camera and then showing off the models, which I take your criticism as it is meant. I hear you, I understand you. I'm doing this so low tech. This is a fucking laptop. The only videos I edited was that police body cam footage. And then the music videos where I just throw pictures up. The rest of this is just cut and go. Let's just see what happens. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I could be better at showing off my models, but it require effort. I'm not getting paid for this. Maybe I should monetize it. It'd be hard to monetize this because I get so many copyright things in my channels. It's like, oh, copyrighted material. Because I listen to music. 666. I don't know if I actually did monetize this, would I actually see anything? All the money would probably go to the artist that I'm playing. If it's not already. Which I hope it does. I want them to get, you know, their shit. Without bands like Cruise Fiction, album Passport Taken, and all the other stuff I play in here. We got, there it is. Read. There you go. Yeah, without all this music, I'd be boring. So, anyways, UFOs and shit. What about underground cities? You know they actually exist. We have underground cities. Like Seattle, Washington has a whole underground section. The Seattle Underground. Comment down below if you know what I'm talking about. If you're in the Seattle area or ever been to the Seattle Underground, let me know. It's not very extravagant, I heard, but it is cool that it's there. So then we got NORAD and the Cheyenne Mountains. Like, they fucking tell you about that. There's that seed vault in, like, Sweden or some shit that's up in the mountains. Like, all frozen to protect seeds in case of an apocalypse. Y'all know about that? That's fucking crazy. There's a reason why they put it in Sweden, why they put it up there. And yeah, part of it was the elevation of the cold. But the other part is, they think the planet tilts every so often. There's a lot of scientists out there that really believe that our planet tilts every few thousand years, and it just causes havoc, and society has to like start over again. And that's what a lot of those megalith structures are. It's like previous civilizations where those things are just still there. So that's fucking crazy, huh? So yeah, they put it in Sweden because they figured the next rotation it would put it at the equator so it'd be more accessible or something. That's what I hear. I don't know. I'm not subscribing to this information. I'm not telling you it's true. I'm not telling you I believe it. I'm just saying this is what I hear. It's fucking cool shit. But anyways, the planet rotating and shit like that. That actually jives up with a lot of myths and legends that people have discovered and read about. There's a lot of that on YouTube. You can look that shit up. Planetary rotation. Look up Randall Carlson or Graham Hancock on that one. Robert Schoch. Schoch is S-C-H-O-C-H, something like that. I don't know. It's not spelled like to shock you. It's spelled like with H's. Best way to describe that, spelled with H's. What do you think's going on down in Antarctica? Like, Antarctica's a trip. I've had like literal people like not believe a damn word I say about anything. They're like, oh, it's all hocus pocus. It's all like conspiracy theory. But then you bring up like Atlantis, or even sometimes they'll bring up Atlantis. Like, now let me tell you about Atlantis. Not Atlantis, Antarctica. I'm sorry, Atlantis. Antarctica. Like that continent at the bottom of the planet. Like how you can't visit it. Did you know you can't go to Antarctica? Like when you go to Antarctica, you're actually only going to one of the islands. You don't actually go to the mainland. Did y'all know that? That's tricky. You can't actually go there. There's a few bases there, and only like certain personnel are allowed to go there. It makes you wonder. There's like pyramids on Antarctica. That's crazy. Or so they say. I've seen the pictures, but I don't know if they're real or not. And I've only seen like pictures from like one or two angles, so it's like, and that's all you have. It's not like. Do y'all think there's something down there in Antarctica? I think there is. I think they're right. I think the planet does tilt periodically. And I think that on Antarctica is just like remains of like structures that humans built, not unlike what we have today in Machu Picchu, Giza, Göbekli Tepe, Gunung Padang, that Thailand. They have that giant temple complex out there. I forget what that one in Thailand's called. You don't know what it is. It's in all the damn movies. But I think the Earth does tilt on a long enough timeline. And I think humans have been around while it's happened. And I'm pretty sure that's caused disruption. So I'm just saying I don't think we're told the full human history. I think we're told a part of it, and that part of it is mostly true. But then there's this other section where they don't even talk about. And then they talk about prehistory, and then they let you have it all. So, you can find out what happened 4 million years ago. But when you talk about 400,000 years ago, people don't really say much. Or especially anything past 20,000 years. 20,000 years to 400,000 years. There's a big gap where scientists don't really talk about. And I just find that trippy. I find what people don't say to be the big tell. When you can give me details on all kinds of shit. And then there's a section where you gloss over it. I know you're hiding something. It's not what you say, it's what you don't say. I managed to bust a few people just by questioning them, just by asking them questions. Build a story. That's how investigators and stuff do it. I guess I've been questioned throughout my entire life, so I know how to spin it on people, including investigators and cops. That's a fun trick to do. They start asking you questions, give vague answers that need more questions. And then you just keep feeding them shit. And then contradict yourself. Just like, best way to do it. I hope the cops are watching this shit. I figure 21,000 views, yeah, there's probably a cop in there. Especially since, like, MC enthusiasts have started showing up. Cops aren't far behind. Cops actually watch the metal scenes. Cops, like, literally watch the metal scenes. Yeah. You could thank us in Houston, Texas for the shit we got into, in Dallas as well. And then the punks out in Utah, and then those hardcore guys out in Baston. Yeah, you can thank all the police scrutiny for us.
Got my Sacrifice t-shirt on, Sold as a Misfortune.
It's a badass album. Sold as a Misfortune is a great song. If you're not listening to that song, Sold as a Misfortune by Sacrifice, go listen to it. That's a thrash. I missed that one. I missed that one completely. Hadn't been for somebody like Justin at Hell's Headbangers, I would never have known about some of this stuff. I will give that man credit. He has definitely gotten me into stuff that I would not have known about. And he made it accessible to me. He's like, here's the album for like $9.99 or $11.99. Justin read an order from a guy. Justin was like, I got you into Burial. I'm like thinking to myself, Justin, you didn't get me into Burial. I got that toolbox with that Burial sticker. I saw him way back in the day, man. Like, Justin, I told you hoagies about that. I'm like, shit. I was showing you my copy of it. I mean, half of that shit like he brings up, I'm trying to bust out my copy of it. Sometimes I can't. When it comes to the thrash metal stuff, I can't really do that. When it comes to like obscure death metal, man. Hell, I've got stuff that Justin hasn't even mentioned. That's fucking badass. I'm like, yeah, what's up, Justin? You're hard, but I'm gonna fill in those gaps here, buddy. Shit, we had 20 minutes. Well, we talked about UFOs and dumbs and underground cities, fight MH370, conspiracy theories, Antarctica. What's up? Is that a cool topic to talk about? I don't know. It's stuff I think about and read about. If there's anybody out there who wants to have a conversation, holler down in the comments. You've been listening to Crucifixion from Paths Less Taken. And out of Houston, Texas, and I got to see multiple times. Alright, y'all. It's a cattle prod, Appalachian warlord. Remember, it's not voluntary, it's tyranny. Later, y'all.